She-Hulk episode 4.
Great episode. So funny.
My favourite episode so far.
I think I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
As stupid as it sounds, because it didn't really, it's eased my concerns about pacing. Because I'm starting to think they're just going, fuck an overarching story. This is a lawyer show. She's going to deal with different lawyer shit every week.
Yeah.
With little bits that hang over, which I'm fine with. I don't mind it being a baddie of the week kind of show. Because it actually really works. Benedict Wong back as Wong, giving us the best Wong possible. Wong is.
How many times can we say Wong in 5 minutes?
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to say it again now. While Wong is, in a lot of times, a very serious character, we know he has his funny moments, and She-Hulk is leaning into that funny side.
Well, yeah. Even back in the first Doctor Strange, he was like teased to be a bit more like lighthearted.
Yeah, he's got a funny side.
Yeah.
So the idea that he's sitting there getting ready to watch The Sopranos, this girl busts into his house through a portal, and he gets so angry about her spoiling The Sopranos that he goes to Jen to try and sue the fucking magician who's done it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I also love that I feel like he's watching Sopranos, 'cause it's like, do you remember when Cap had that list that like everyone kept recommending stuff to him? I bet it's something similar, because like he lived up in Comatage.
Yep.
For like how long, and then he's moved to New York with Doctor Strange, and it's like he's probably like, oh shit, there's loads of stuff that I haven't watched, using his off time as Sorcerer Supreme to catch up on Sopranos.
You've also got to remember, when he wasn't the Sorcerer Supreme, he would have had responsibilities like day to day.
Well, there's a
as Sorcerer Supreme, he's got to be ready for stuff to go wrong and then react.
Yeah.
So he will have more time to catch up on the shit he's not been able to do. But it's just brilliant. It shows the more human side of Wong, because yes, he's master of the mystic arts, but he is a human.
Mm-hmm.
But it also allowed the comedy to flourish.
Yeah.
So I'm not. This. If you know what I'm talking about here, you are a proper OG. You listen regularly, and we love you. I did a character profile on Ghost Rider a number of weeks back. Yes. Because in the trailer for She-Hulk the previous week, there was a Johnny Blaze poster in the background that everyone was losing their collective mind over. And it was a fucking bait, and I couldn't be happier. Donny Blaze, ladies and gentlemen. Donny Blaze.
Has anyone...
I'm so good. Have I checked if he's actually a real character? I don't know.
No. I was going to say, has anyone gone back to the poster? Does it actually say Johnny, or is it just such bad quality that it is actually Donny?
So, I think it's just so bad quality, but you could make out Blaze clearly.
I'm looking at it now.
And there was loads of fire.
You can't really tell what the first two letters are, but it's like NNY Blaze, and there's fire behind what we now know is Donny Blaze. That is a huge bait, and I love it.
Yeah, no, they've set it up beautifully so that everyone would assume it's a Ghost Rider thing, because it was also on like a show poster, and obviously Johnny Blaze is a stuntman, so like that would make sense. So well done, very entertaining. The Bee story around her dating life, was really good. I love the cool right at the beginning, after like the opening shot with Wong, where she looks at the camera and goes, I love having Wong. It's like having Twitter protection for a week. Yeah. Brilliant.
As soon, like, that was off the rip, and I was already laughing. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yes.
They're using, like we talked about it last week, but they keep using the fourth wall break. It's basically a way to just like poke fun at all the idiots on the internet. And I love it.
Let's be honest, in written media, the fourth wall break has always been literally to talk to the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
So the way they're using it is, we're going to talk to the fans who are genuinely trying to have a good time and are not just here to find stuff to moan about.
Yeah.
And we know you hate the fans who just bitch and moan constantly, so let's have a little joke at them. And they're going to be super angry about it, which makes the joke even funnier.
Exactly. I knew for a fact when she said that, and I was like, oh, this is like exactly what pisses off the Twitter like trolls.
I am not normally at comedies actually a laugh out loud kind of person. like my favorite comedy of all time is probably like How I Met Mother or Scrubs, and very rarely did I actually like laugh out loud at that. I just kind of sit there and I'm like, yes, this is funny. That
Classic
moment,
British
genuinely, while I'm sitting there having my lunch, genuinely, I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I started laughing.
It was so good. And then, yeah, like the whole dating profile side of things, obvious rip-off of Tinder. Thought that was hilarious. And the whole, like, typical lawyer fashion, someone who's not been, like, puts their corporate headshot as their profile picture. And then the whole, her friend being like, it's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game, and she's swiping, because everyone knows that's the case.
Do you know what else I liked as well? And the best bit is, this is going to piss off the shitty financial site we're talking about. When she was sorting out her profile, she said, this is hetero hell.
Yes.
Which is a very subtle way to drop the fact that she's not straight.
Yeah.
Without putting it in your face.
Yeah, it was
which
one of
is
those,
what
like,
these people are always like. They're always like, I don't mind people being gay, but why does it have to be so in my face? It's not in your face. So if you still have an issue, guess what? You're homophobic.
Yeah. It was one of those, it was like that comment, she drops that comment, you go, oh, sure, she's gay. And then it was just like, carry on. Like, you don't think anything else of it. It was funny, though, that, like, you knew as soon as she did the She-Hulk thing, and then she's like, I'm not proud of this as well, as the 4-4 break. And it's like, instant matches. Because, you know, all the memes of everyone when the show got announced being like, Mummy.
Crush me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like taking all that and putting it into the show.
Do you want to know my genuine issue with the whole dating saga?
Go on.
And it is stupid. And it's just part of this thing. You know how, like, when you watch any kind of superhero content, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. This is a really stupid thing to not be able to suspend my disbelief over. The actress playing Jen, I forget her name, would not struggle to get dates. She wouldn't get no matches. Don't get me wrong, she'd get a lot of creeps, but she wouldn't get no matches. She's a very pretty lady who's very intelligent. She wouldn't get no matches. And I really struggled to sit there with a straight face and believe that she would have got no matches and that she had to resort to being She-Hulk.
It depends. I think that my only thing with that is, like, if she has, because we saw she put her corporate headshot. If she's very like, I'm a lawyer, I'm in a powerful position on their profile, a lot of guys would not swipe right on that.
Okay, you know what? Valid. I can accept that. I can accept that. Maybe so they viewed her as uptight.
I presume she made her profile a bit too, like, straight lawyer.
I want to be married in 3 years.
Yeah,
2 dates a week.
Guys, maybe. This is someone too serious. No.
Maybe. Okay. Also, I retract my complaint with that added context. I didn't think of it like that.
The way when she's actually on that day with the guy at the end, when she is in She-Hulk.
Sorry, the creepy. Oh, okay.
No, the doctor, and he's like, she's instantly, like, he says the right things. It's like, oh, this is great. Yes, you come back to my place.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room though? So, when he woke up the next day, he was confused by Jen because he clearly hadn't seen her before.
Yeah. Are you thinking? Are you insinuating what I was thinking about the general thing?
Yeah,
that a lot of guys.
It means they did have sex while she was in She-Hulk form. That's low-key terrifying.
I don't know. Hell of a time. Do you know what I also thought though? I'm
a little bit sad that he was such a dick at the end though.
Well, do you know what?
And I knew it was going to happen, but it still made me sad.
You know the thing that, like, guys joke about how when there's girls that wear, like, far too much makeup and, like, can make themselves look like a different person, and there's, like, the joke that when they take off the makeup, it's not the person that I met. It's like that, but She-Hulk form.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, clearly had some weird kink for She-Hulk and clearly not normal.
So I think the main part of her overarching story for this show is just going to be her coming to accept that her and She-Hulk are one and the same. Whereas right now she's still very disconnected between them two parts.
Yeah, she still wants to be both.
Yeah.
Which is sort of what Bruce went through.
Exactly. And I think the overarching story, we're going to have little bits that happen, that teach her lessons, but the overarching story is just going to be her coming to terms with being a Hulk and genuinely accepting it, not just pretending to have accepted it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get to the point at the end where she realizes, like how Bruce has become Smart Hulk, just accepting that it's going to be easier living as just the Hulk 24/7 than it would be to try and balance between the two. And I think we'll get to the point at the end where she just is She-Hulk all the time.
I actually wouldn't like that, because in the comics she does change a fair bit, just out of ease.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that makes too much sense, but the general concept of she starts to view herself as one person and not Jen and She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Because like Bruce had like a psychological split where he literally was two different people. Whereas Jen was always, it's like an internal split. She views it as two different things. So whereas Bruce had to work really hard to fuse them together so that they would work together, Jen's having to emotionally
fuse both
make
lives together.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Which isn't easy. I mean, let's be honest, it's a huge fucking change. And when she's being treated differently because of it, it's obviously going to be difficult. Because, like, we know she's intelligent, she's a great lawyer, but the fact that she's only got a job as a lawyer now because she's also She-Hulk is going to sting.
And she's only getting dates if she's She-Hulk.
Exactly. So I think, as with all stories, she's going to think there's no problem. She's going to start to loathe being She-Hulk a little bit more, and then there's going to be a resolution where she accepts it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, that doesn't mean we won't get like a minor story that lasts like the next 5 episodes.
I think we will.
But I think we're still going to get, like last week we had the B story about the Light Fairy. I think if they make this Titania lawsuit at the end, last like the A story for the next 5 episodes, each of them will still have a decent B story going alongside it.
I don't even know if they'll make maybe the Titania is just like the next episode's lost issue, and there's a tease of her boss, which then links to the boss of what we now realize is the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Please don't take away my nerd rights. I should have realized they were the Wrecking Crew. I saw a TikTok that made me realize, like an hour after we finished recording, I sent it to her. I was like, I fucked up. I should have put this together.
The start when her dad rocks up with her.
So good.
It's just that you know this would be true if like you were a dad and your daughter, even as a superhero, you would want to protect them. It's like it turns over a shovel and security cameras, and then he's like explaining all the cameras and stuff, and then she goes, "Yeah, but what's the shovel for?" Well, for digging holes. Like, what are you putting in these holes, Dad? Like,
it's just this notion that a parent is always going to try and protect their child, no matter how powerful they are.
Yeah.
So I don't care that you're a literal god, Thor. You're still my little boy.
Yeah. And the fact that she's like, well, next time someone jumps me, we can beat them up together.
You can use your shovel.
But I just love the idea of like, he was Bruce's dad. I don't remember what, like, was Bruce's dad around? Was Bruce's dad similar?
In the MCU, it's not really discussed too much. In the comics, Bruce's dad beat the ever-loving shit out of him, which is what gave him a split personality, which is why when he became the Hulk, Bruce and the Hulk had 2 separate identities.
Okay, well, I've learned something.
That's not been explicitly stated in the MCU, but it's kind of assumed that if the outcome of the Hulk and Bruce being 2 separate entities is the same, it's probably a similar startup.
Can you imagine Bruce's dad trying to be like that with Bruce?
Just fucking outrageous. But I think that's all there is to really say, other than, of course, the post-credit scene of Wongers and I forget her name. What was her name? Marianne?
Something like that, yeah.
Watching The Sopranos together.
And going through a list of drinks.
With actually a really pure friendship.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't really talked about the fact that Wong interrupted She-Hulk, because she was in She-Hulk form, on her date as things were getting spicy to go and beat up little demon things.
Yeah. Again, really enjoyable.
And like the whole like Wong being like, for fuck's sake, I've got to fix his issue. Comes on, and then I love the part where she was like, she had one of the demon things. She's like, right, before I throw this last one away, are you going to agree to sign our cease and desist? It's like still lawyer mode, even though she's mid-fight.
It was quite interesting. It was like, well, what do I do when she's still batting them away in like a very typical girly fashion? It's like, you're a Hulk. Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, grabs it, throws it at the floor.
Slamming them around. But yeah, the post-credit scene, it's like Wong's making friends with the most unlikely person you would expect.
Yeah.
And then they're going through the drinks, and then...
Have you had a Long Island iced tea? Yes, I think I have. It was quite nice.
Have you had a blue something or whatever? No, what's in it? Don't know, blue stuff. Like, which is the typical thing. If you order a blue drink at a bar, you're like, you don't know what's in it.
No, you ordered it because it's blue.
Yeah. And then the whole, I had she was like, have you had vodka straight? I've had vodka with yak's milk. And then she's like, wait, have you got some of that? Like, but I also love the fact that his favourite drink is a gin and tonic.
Yeah. I think the comedy in this episode was a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed the other episodes, but I think this has so far been the show at its best comedy-wise.
Mm-hmm.
The story was, again, exact. I would happily, if they wanted to go with this format of genuine, stupid, other superheroes' legal troubles. I'm not a fan of villain of the week type shows.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch 5 24-episode seasons of this.
Do you know what this like show kind of it takes like all the things from like the Avenger films, like when they're in the shawarma like takeaway, and those like funny like just real life sort of scenes, but making it into a whole show. And I'd love to see more of the like characters we all know rocking up in this as cameos, just doing like ordinary stuff like Wong's been doing.
Yeah, just imagine 5 seasons of this show, and you just get heroes rocking up, going, Jen, I need your help.
Yeah.
I was fighting Bullseye, and I threw him against someone's car, and now they're suing me for damage. But I didn't hit the car, it was Bullseye's face, so I think he should have to pay.
Or it's like we get Doctor Strange, and he's like, so the bus that I cut in half, the bus company's coming after me for the liabilities and damage.
Like, just shit like that.
Yeah.
I'll eat it up.
It would be great.
So good. But I think that's all there is to really say about She-Hulk episode 4. Yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I'm very confident with this show going forward. I think it's being done really well.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see. I feel like there is some twist they're building up to, so I'm interested to see where that goes.